I just got followed in Target again by 3 men, and I feel like it was a trafficking attempt. I don't know, but I'm sharing this because this has happened to me way too many times. Every single time I've been able to escape it. So I'm trying to share this to help someone possibly avoid the situation or avoid any type of danger that's similar. I was just at a Target.
Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Gorgiss Society. And today, talking about some serious things. So, have to throw the trigger warning out there up front. You know, definitely I try to stay on the sunny side of the street and be more optimistic. But I think it's important that we lean into our personal safety. So, if you're not in the right headspace for that, please, I'll be so happy to meet you in the next video. But this one is important for us. So, if your nervous system is pretty regulated and you're ready to hop into some good information and safety tips, then stick around and let's go ahead and just jump right in.
You guys, if you walk up to your car and you're in a parking lot and you see your windshield wipers up, do not touch them. Do not touch the windshield wipers. Immediately get in your car and drive away. Don't touch the windshield wipers. Leave them up because this is a human trafficking predator bait trick, and I'm going to tell you why. All right, y'all, so there's 2 ways that predators and human traffickers will bait you. One way, well, there's a multiple of ways, but one way is they put your windshield wipers up and then they're across the parking lot or they're to the side, and there's one guy hiding in between 2 cars that you can't see. He's crouched between 2 cars, and there's another one in the car or at the trunk with the trunk open, and they're waiting to grab you. This actually happened to 3 women in Milpitas recently. Milpitas has a really busy outdoor public mall. If you're from the Bay Area kid, you know what I'm talking about. And it was like 7 o'clock at night. The parking lot was packed. It was full of cars. They walked out to their car. They got into their car right away. They weren't paying attention. It was dark. She looked through her dash cam and she looked through her car window and she was like, wait, what? Why are my windshield wipers up? And her friend said, holy crap, that's like literally how a motherfucker stabs you and like takes you and puts you in his trunk. And they look at the dash cam and they look across. So they're parked here, and right across from them to the corner, there's a guy crouched. He was hiding in an all black outfit, crouched between 2 vehicles. He had the trunk open, and there was another guy to the side waiting at the trunk. Basically what they were gonna do is the girls get out of the car, the guys come up behind them, they grab them, and they put you in the trunk or in the back seat, and you're gone. And this is happening everywhere. This happened in the Bay Area. She posted the video. She posted the dash cam footage. You guys, seriously, you can never be too careful. This is just one of the multitude of creative ways that predators and human traffickers use to get you into another vehicle. And I said this before and I will say it again, and I will die on this rock. If you end up at a second location with a predator, you have a less than 10% chance of surviving. So you guys, take this seriously because this is serious. This is happening everywhere. And the other way they do it is with the fentanyl rose. They'll put fentanyl on a rose, they'll put it on the side of your car, and you walk up to your car and you go to pick it up and you think, oh my God, it's just a flower. This is pretty, or why is there a weird flower near my car? And it's laced with fentanyl and you black out. Seriously, you guys, you have to stay hyper aware. You got to stay careful because you never know what people's intentions are. And it's better to just get in your car. If you see your windshield wipers up, do not get out of the car and adjust them. Drive with those fuckers up. Who cares? And don't put them down until you're at your second location, but also make sure that you're not being followed. Stay safe out there, internet friends. Trust no one.
Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. First video out the gate. I mean, there's so much there. Like, thank God that they saw, well, that they had awareness of the whole setup there and saw the guys crouching in the car doors open or whatever, the trunk open and all that. Thank God, you know, because you just hanging out with friends, coming out of the store and you see that, you might just be like, oh, let me hop out and just put them back down or whatever. But I am so thankful that they saw that ahead of time. And the statistics are chilling. Only a 10% chance of surviving if you get taken to the second location. Like, man, I'm talking about doing as much as you can to fight for your life. That's to avoid being taken to the second location. Like, I would be on some, look, this is right here, right now, what's going down. Whatever happens, happens, for me not to get to the second location. But that's good to know. Just be aware of anything that looks out of the ordinary, from when you're coming back out of a store on your vehicle. Also, the fentanyl rolls, man, that is diabolical, pure evil, because you're using a soft romantic gesture, knowing that women love flowers and beautiful things. And you're thinking like, oh, well, maybe somebody is flirting with me or whatever, trying to, I don't know. Yeah. Trying to entertain me and, take me on a date or whatever. And come to find out something way more sinister. So just be aware of any of that. Don't anything out of the ordinary. Avoid touching it, inspecting further, resist the urge to inspect further. Get in your car, go to safety, or if that's not looking safe, go and get an officer or a security guard, something if the car doesn't even seem safe or something weird going on with the vehicle. So man, you got to be alert out there, guys. Got to be alert as much as you can be.
I just got followed in Target again by 3 men, and I feel like it was a trafficking attempt. I don't know, but I'm sharing this because this has happened to me way too many times. Every single time I've been able to escape it. So I'm trying to share this to help someone possibly avoid this situation or avoid any type of danger that's similar. I was just at a Target. I've been followed at this Target before. So scared and shaky right now, and I hate that this is something that women have to go through. I walked into Target to pick up a prescription, and as I'm walking to the pharmacy line, I see a man, we'll call him Blue Shirt, on the phone, just kind of standing in an aisle doing nothing. Immediately, I'm on guard because, like I said, I've been followed at this Target multiple times. As I'm standing in line for my prescription, I see to my left a guy in a striped shirt walking towards the pharmacy line and just staring at me pretty weird. So I'm like, you're on my radar now too. After I get my prescription, I start walking around. I have my dog with me, so I go to the dog aisle. As I'm walking through the dog aisle, I end up passing Blue Shirt guy. And at the end of the aisle, I run into this new guy. We're gonna call him Black Hoodie because he had a full black hoodie on, black pants, he had eyeliner on under his eyes, and he had his hood over his face, like hiding his face. I run into him like face to face, and he just stares at me and then walks away. And then as I turn around in the aisle again, the striped shirt guy that I saw walking towards me in the pharmacy line is now in the same aisle. And at this point, I'm like, no, I'm leaving. This is sketchy. Mind you, all 3 of these dudes that were separate but all giving me weird vibes were on the phone. And I believe they were on the phone with each other. I head to checkout, and I noticed that as soon as I get into the main aisle to watch a checkout, all 3 of these guys come out of an aisle and start walking to checkout separately. I noticed that, so I go into the clothes aisle and I try to walk around, give it some time to make them check out before me. After maybe like 2 minutes, I don't see them anymore. I had thought maybe they had checked out and they left. So I go stand in line. As I'm standing in line, out of nowhere, the striped shirt guy comes up in line behind me. And then in the line in front of us, the black hoodie guy is there. And then behind him, so 3 check stands away, the guy in the blue shirt on the phone still walks past all of us to the front door and just starts standing by the front door. I immediately catch this, and I wanted to tell a worker about them to keep an eye out on them, but then the striped shirt guy's in my line behind me. He keeps talking to me, and he kept getting so close to the point it was like he was touching my arm. I'm trying to talk to him and like be cordial. I'm trying to act not suspicious, but he keeps inching closer to me. He had like one random thing, like a drink or something in his hand, and then he bought it last minute. And then as soon as I'm done checking out, I immediately turn around. I ask a worker that's at self-checkout if she can walk me to my car, and she's like, are you okay? I said, behind me there's a guy in a striped shirt with long hair, and then in front of him there's a guy in a black hoodie. Do you see him? And she said, yes, I do. And then I was like, by the front door there's a man in a blue shirt on the phone. 2 other girl workers had come up. As I'm telling them what's going on, I visually see the striped shirt guy and the black hoodie guy whisper something to each other and then leave separately. I'm not leaving without someone walking me to my car. So I'm talking to all these workers. The black hoodie guy goes to the bathroom, and the striped shirt guy goes to the ATM and just starts clicking buttons. They're literally just lingering until I leave. All the workers are watching it happen. They're seeing how sketchy they're being. We all saw the blue shirt guy on the phone fully go outside while still on the phone. I said, I don't know where he's going, but he's been on the phone, and I think he's on the phone with all of these dudes. They end up having 3 guy workers walk me out for extra safety. As I start leaving with these 3 guys, the striped shirt guy that was messing around at the ATM darts out, runs to his car, starts it, and then leaves. And I'm telling these guy workers what they look like. We can't find the black hoodie guy. We can't see the blue shirt guy that was on his phone. Like, they're nowhere to be seen anymore. And these guys walk me to my car. I'm telling them everything. I'm giving them descriptions, and I'm telling them how this has happened to me before at that Target, and it's really scary. I was shaking so bad. I was trying to make sure I wasn't being followed by anybody. I'm like, it makes you so scared to even just be out alone. If you're a woman or if you're a young girl, please be cautious about your surroundings. Pay attention to those who are around you. Pay attention to a guy or someone that's not shopping. You keep seeing them around you. If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel unsafe, ask a worker to walk you to your car. They will always walk you to your car and let them know what's going on. I've unfortunately been followed so many times, but if I didn't have the safety knowledge that I do to be aware of all this and keep my eye out and be able to recognize when something not safe is happening, I could have actually gotten kidnapped and something really bad could have happened. I'm sharing this to let you guys know, please be safe.
Whew, man, just on, bated breath with that story. I mean, kudos to her for having the, social and spatial awareness. And I love just the helping to remind us to pay more attention to your surroundings. And if something is off, believe it's off, because you really shouldn't be seeing the same people and then three dudes all together grouped up here and there in the same aisle and kind of end up in the same in the same line to check out. And things are just too, and then they're all on the phone at the same time, and too much of a coincidence. And I know she said she was talking to the striped shirt guy, but we got to lean into, we don't have to be nice. You know what I mean? Like, not saying anything was wrong with what she did, but I just want to put that mentality and mindset out there. Like, you're not obligated to speak to anyone. If you want to just if you want to just acknowledge another human being, if they say hello, you could just smile or something. If you don't even got to smile. I'm just saying, like, we don't owe anyone anything. And they were clearly up to no good. And I'm glad she had the mind to go and to the customer service desk to go and tell, have people walk her to her car. I mean, then they witnessed the guys being weird and everything. So it's just, that was a lot. And it's like, it's like, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl out here. Like, can I go to Target and get my little cutesy things or necessities and, mind my own business and go and get home safely? Like, it's crazy, but they love places like that because they attract the masses. They attract the general public, like the Targets and the, other big stores, so it's just a reminder that being aware can save your life. And don't be afraid to ask the store for help. Don't be afraid. Like, don't think it's weird. I would rather come off being extra and weird than, to have something unfortunate or unsafe happen to me. So just keep those things in mind. I really do hate that it has to be like that as well.
Hey ladies, this is going to go into my security tips playlist, so it's an additional video. If you are new to this page, check out some of the other ones there. There's a lot of good safety tips, not only for women, but for everyone. But this one is a video that I want to share. Watch it, and then I'm going to come back and say something at the end. So the caption says that this guy has probably been stalking this woman's neighbor, and that they hadn't seen him for 2 weeks, and now he's just going and knocking and walking by. This is a tactic and an activity that trainers use to desensitize dogs from going crazy at the door when someone knocks or when someone comes on your porch or is lurking around your house. But predators also use it. They use it while you're not at home, and then they train your dog to stop barking. And then they come back later and do what they need to do. So I'm going to take it at face value that this is what's happening, and that the woman who's recording this on her doorbell camera is seeing this man walk by. It is a little strange for dog trainer behavior. It works similar to this, but This guy is looking a little weird. The reason why I question it is because he seems unconcerned with being picked up on another camera. And it's clear that the camera's on the outside of the door, which usually when they're up to no good, they disable the cameras that can record them doing what they're doing. And it's not like, there's a window that you can put a camera in. That being said, I'm going to take this video at face value because this does happen. So clearly many victims let their predators in. Predators knock at the door and then they get a foot in the door and bust in. Clearly she lives upstairs. There's no window she can peer out, so there looks like a small peephole on the door which won't let you see a wide angle view of who's at the door. There's a corner he could hide around, or he could just wait for you to leave your apartment and catch you in the parking lot, which is the easier thing to do. That's a transitional space, which we've talked about is where you're at most danger, right? When you're coming out of a building, going to a parking lot, coming out of a car, going into a building, whenever you're transitioning from one space to another, that's where predators lie in wait for you. So if she's had a stalker, she really needs to upgrade her security if she plans to stay there. If the neighbor has a doorbell camera, she should get one as well. Those can be torn off, manipulated, covered, so they only go so far. That sliding lock that I told you about to barricade your door, so one at the top and one at the bottom, because it's not the door that gets kicked in, it's the frame. Those sliding locks, I'm going to link it in to this video, but those slide locks have 3-inch nails so they can go into the frame, into the stud, and then you want to replace the nails in the strike plate to be 3 inches long as well, and that will help the frame from caving in if it's kicked. And then I would pressure management to put or install cameras, even if it's a dummy camera, up high in the overhang under the stairwell. And those modifications, I don't care about getting permission to use. I would do it anyway, especially after notifying them that you have a stalker. Now, the design of her apartment is hard to be safe with, and that's a design of a lot of apartments. You are safer on the second floor or third floor versus the first floor. But before she leaves her house, she should really go to her window and scan the parking lot. She should be parking close to her apartment so she can see her car. And when she comes out, she should have protection in her hand, sharing her location with loved ones and her neighbors on notice to tell her if there's anything strange that is occurring while she's gone. No phone in her hand, head on a swivel, eyes up, scan, pause before you get too far out there. Get in your car. Do not sit in your car and get on your phone. Buckle up, back up, and be gone. When the reverse happens, same thing. Turn the car off, pause, scan, look around. Have your keys in your hand, your weapon in your hand, and go up the stairs and get in your house, lock the door. That's if you plan to stay there. Hopefully pursuing, some sort of protective order or move left, no forwarding address. Love y'all.
Oh my gosh, that was a wealth of safety information in that video. That was amazing. Because while we were watching the video, I was already playing out in my mind some things that you should do, and then she ended up mentioning them. I definitely am a huge proponent of living at the top floor. And, people don't like living at the top floor. It's like, oh, Lord, all these steps, my knees, my back, my hips. Oh, well, it is a built-in deterrent. Because it's like, okay, if you gonna really be trying to come do something up here, first of all, you already gonna be halfway winded, so you'll be able to be bested if it came down to some hand-to-hand combat. You know what I mean? Like, you already winded. Most people are not fit, so it's like go ahead and walk up 3 flights of stairs and then try to come for somebody and think you ain't finna get. Look, now I done brought you a little bit down to my same muscle power, but just joking with that. But then also I think it's true, when people are walking up the many steps, you really need to be, you coming to do something for real. But I definitely feel like she should have her own video camera as well. And speaking of video camera and personal safety weapons, all of these right here, here, all of these here, I have them, they'll be linked down below. Affiliate links for Amazon, for you to easily get all of these. I'm collecting them myself. But we got right here where we got up in the upper corner, we got, and it's cute. You get it, make personal safety fun. Or you can get them in all black, make it more camouflagey, blend in. It's up to you. But there, I'm just showing you guys that we have options. So up there, we got the taser and the personal pepper spray. In the middle, there's the birdie box. That's a very popular item where it is a personal, a really loud alarm. So, to deter somebody and alert others. That's something, to see where the noise is coming from and alert them. And also a lock for the door. So it's like a 2-in-1 deal. And to the left of that is just a very cute purple birdie alarm by itself without the door lock. Then this is the one that I actually have currently. If you look on the middle row there, it looks like a lipstick or perfume. So just imagine being in a face-to-face or a situational situation where somebody is starting to act weird, and you just take that out like you're about to refresh your perfume or your lipstick, and it's like, and you just spray them down, get the heck up out of there, and don't look back. So, because they would not be alarmed because it really does look like perfume or lipstick. So I really love that item, and that's the one I currently have, but I am collecting all of these. I'm like Ash Ketchum around here. Gotta catch them all, okay? And this one I cannot wait to get because I love, my personal form of exercise is walking. So I love going to the trails and walking around my neighborhood. So this in the middle, it is a Saber pepper gel spray. So, and it has a handler so you can put it around your hand. So I think that is ingenious because, so it's like just right when you're walking or whatever, it's right there and ready. You can literally have your thumb ready. So it's like nobody can catch you too off guard. It'd be like a quick little 1-2 and you can spray. And then because it's a gel, it has less of a chance of blowback as a spray would, like as like an aerosol spray. But whatever you have at the heat of the moment at the time, you use it. But I just love that. Like me, I'm going to be doubling up. I'm going to have one on each look. So we walking, we healthy, we burning calories, we getting our cardio, and we safe out here. Like I wish a mother would, okay? So just a little something to help you feel safer when you're out and about. And next to that, I like this little combo deal. It's a knife and a pepper spray. So if something going on with the pepper spray, whatever is jammed, you got the knife. A knife ain't no jammed up. Like slice and dice. We getting the slicing and dicing instantly, so I love that. And then down below, the doorstop, I think that's great. Like I can't wait till that comes. I'm getting that doorstop. Like I said, I'm collecting all of these, but I love the doorstop because she did mention about how the frame or whatever, you want to reinforce that. And I will have the type of locking plate she was talking about also down below, the links down below. And there's another doorstop on this other end here. That's the one where it has an alarm on the doorstop. So if someone is trying to open it, it's going to blare. So it's going to alert you, of course. But, that one where you stick it right up under the knob is supposed to be able to withstand like 400 pounds of force. So unless you got the biggest obese fat Albert coming after you, we should have a little time to be able to go grab the little knife up there or a call or something, the folks trying to get in. But again, I hate that we have to do all this, but better look the old cliche saying, better to be safe than sorry. So just wanted to show y'all that and know you can get all of these products. Click on the links down below here.
As someone that watches crime documentaries way too often and has seen many incredible ways that women have lost their lives over things that were extremely avoidable if they just had a little bit more knowledge. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 things you should never do if you want to stay alive in 2026. But before I start, hi, my name is Anita and I give you tips that could save your life. So if I were you, I would hit that follow button. Let's go. Number 1, never, and I mean literally never, date a guy that flexes guns in any of his pictures, especially the ones he decides to post online. If he flexes Glocks, money, I have watched so many crime documentaries and almost every guy does this exact same thing. They are really big on flexing guns and worldly possessions as if it's some sort of top tier flex. These type of guys are crazy. The actual rich people do not have their money sitting around in cash. They put it towards investments. Insane people do not flex their guns. They use it for their safety. Number 2, never, and I mean never, invite anyone into your house if you haven't known them for even bare minimum 3 years. That's even pushing it, honestly. You need to know whoever you are inviting into your crib. Do you hear me? Your crib is your safe space. You do not need messy demons and messy people coming into your home. I am very selective with the people I allow into my house. Obviously, I do still live with my parents. But your home should be your safe space, your place of peace. If anyone disturbs that peace, cut them off immediately. Number 3, always, and I mean always, pay attention to your surroundings. Do not be that person that's on their phone with AirPods in and then gets fucking abducted. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Always know who's around you, what your environment looks like, what is going on at all times. This does not mean be paranoid, because in my last video people took it as, oh, I'm paranoid and this is over the top. Do not be paranoid. Be cautious and aware. It's 2 different things, guys. Come on. Number 4, learn how to know who to trust. Learn psychology. This one is super important because if you know psychology, then you'll know who to trust. And that's exactly what my page is for. I show you guys things to avoid based on psychology and people so you can know who to cut off on the spot and who not to. Honestly, I just follow me because it makes it so much easier. So you don't have to go searching to find all the red flags yourself. And the last and final one is do not take people's words lightly. Whatever someone says that they'll do to you, they will indeed do. If a man says he will kill you, it will happen. It's only a matter of time. This is the biggest one in unalivings within relationships that I've seen, and it's extremely dangerous, especially for women. I love you guys. Please be careful with who you're engaging with. Be careful who you know and talk to, and just stay safe out there and don't be dumb, y'all. Bye. I love you.
Lots of great info there as well. And you know what? I forgot to mention one thing from the last video where she talked about the transitional spaces and how, you know, predators take advantage of you leaving your home, going to the car, or leaving your car and going into your home. So that's just something to kind of think about, to, you know, look, get that pepper gel spray strapped around your hand, or, you know, before you get out the car, whatever. And I like having, that's why I'm collecting all of those items. I'm collecting all of them because I want to have something everywhere. You know, I don't want to just have one pepper spray in my purse that you fumbling, bumbling, trying to get to. It's like, I want to have things where I could just easily grab, you know, or make a mad dash for at any point. But she's right. When you leaving the house, have your pepper spray in your hand, have that strap around your hand, whatever. But that's just what's good to bring about the transitional places where you could be more vulnerable to attack there. But like that young lady said, also pay attention to what people say. Like she said, you know, if someone says like, oh, I'm going to unalive you, ha ha ha, you know, you laugh it off, you feel off about it. Like, why would they say that? But you know, you try to laugh stuff off like, oh, they wouldn't, or that's silly, or who would. Don't, when you're first meeting someone or you are not very, you don't know the person very well, take all that stuff at face value. Literally, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's not funny. It's not a laughing situation. Like, I would begin to make my exit away from that individual by any means, you know, be like, oh, let me go. Oh, I left something in my smoke is in the window, in the windshield, from, you know, because I'm out, I'm gone, long gone. So don't take things lightly with individuals that you just met. I think that's a good piece of advice there.
I had a man start stalking me after delivering furniture to my home,
And even after working for the coroner for 3 years, I never would have thought something like this would have happened to me. So I wanted to give you a few things that maybe could potentially help keep you safe or keep you out of the same situation as me. Number one is I removed pictures of the layout of my home and images of my home as much as I could off the internet. Initially, I contacted my real estate agent, asked that she reach out to the listing agent to see if they could remove all the photos of the inside of my home and the layout of my home. She said legally they did not have to do that in the state of California. So I went around and emailed the listing agent myself, and she had the ability to take down all of the layout photos of my home off the MLS. And then I went in and went to Zillow, Redfin, and all the major sites and removed the photos myself, on top of contacting Google Maps and Apple Maps to blur the outside of my home. It's so important that someone does not know how to maneuver around your home by looking on the internet. Anybody listening, please take the necessary steps to take the layout of your home off of the internet. Number two, I am not super warm, outgoing, and friendly with people coming to do deliveries or maintenance or work on my home. And I always have somebody else there with me. The first time that the man came to my home, I was with my mother because I had just had brain surgery and was wearing sunglasses and sweats and had a 6-month-old baby. The second time he came to my home, I was alone because my husband wasn't home. As a woman, regardless of whether you feel comfortable or not, have somebody else with you in the home if someone's doing maintenance on your home or fixing something or delivering something. And never tell people as a woman that you are single living alone. And to add to that, I do not let people know when I am vacationing in real time. Last but not least, number three, remember that anyone that comes into your home to do work, to visit, etc., is learning the layout of your home. This all was before I had open accounts, so things are much different now. I really hope this prevents someone else from being in the same scenario, and just in general adds an extra layer of precaution to anyone accessing information about your home. And as a disclaimer, not everyone is a bad person and going to do ill will, but regardless, I don't think we really can be cautious enough when it comes to protecting our families, our children, and ourselves. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Lots of great info there, because we get deliveries all day long, or you have people come in to work on your home. So if you're a single lady, it's important to be mindful. And like she said, you don't have to get friendly with them. Cordial is different, from friendly. Cordial, it's a business transaction. I'm paying you to do work. And of course, if you can have someone be there with you when the work is done, that's amazing. If you cannot, no, it's like, okay, well, what do I do if I don't have anyone who can take off during the day and come sit with me to have work done? Everybody doesn't have someone readily available. So make sure you have cameras in your home. Make sure even if the people can't be there, you call and you let them know, hey, I'm having this work done today, and and monitor my safety, I'll let you know when they arrive. You can, message your contact, let them know the delivery or the worker arrived, let them know when they leave. So, but yeah, and have your own personal cameras in your home. And I still maintain, keep them, look, A and B, freaking frack, Tom and Jerry, keep them on deck. Like, even while you have somebody in your home, working on your home, it doesn't hurt to have them strapped up on your hands, whatever. It's what you do, somebody questions it needs no answer. It's like, I wear these all the time. So those are just some tips to be aware but it's important to remember when you're having people to come work in your home or deliveries where they have to come inside. Luckily with, Amazon, other places, they really just stay outside, leave the package and go. But yes, personal cameras. Yes. There we go.
Anybody that may be a new driver or even just a driver in general, my biggest advice to you as you are driving, especially late at night, is to take 3 seconds before you cross through that light. I just watched a Jeep do damn near 100 on a main street, fly straight through a fucking light. Mind you, I had the right of way. So if I was to go, I would not be making this video right now. People do not really give a fuck about how to drive, but especially at night when the police is not around, especially, it's not that deep. So my daddy always used to tell me, I'm not worried about you, I'm worried about other people, because they don't pay attention. Take 3 seconds before you go through that light. I promise you. I'm sure there's other people that can tell you and attest to this, because people do not pay attention. Oh my God, a wolf just ran out in front of me. I don't know what the hell that meant, but I hope he's okay. But no, for real, take 3 seconds before you cross that light, please. It could literally save your life.
There we go. There we go. I think that's a great tip. You know, when you're driving up to intersections, to pause, you know, just for like a couple of more seconds before you just go straight through. I mean, because it all happens so fast and instantaneous that, I mean, plenty of incidences have happened like that. So I think that's just a great quick tip to think. And, you know, whatever, the people behind you might be impatient, but forget them. You know, it's your life that's on the line if you just go through without taking a pause and somebody didn't stop when they were supposed to. So even just a quick little 3-second pause could make all the difference. So I like that. That was a great tip.
You could be kind, babe, but you cannot be no dummy. Let me tell y'all a list of questions that if people ask you, do not give them the answer to these things. I promise you, just listen. Most of the time when there are people trying to inflict harm on you or try to like set you up or try to just have ill intent with you, you have to know to avoid certain types of conversations and questions and how to pivot. So, for example, I was leaving this not regular for me, and I'm like, why would you ask that? That's weird. So he asked me, he was like, do you go to this gym often? That to a regular person, guard down, whatever, could be very just like, whatever. To me, I realize certain types of people ask questions like that to see what your schedule is, to see how or what times of day you visit this place. And if it's some place specifically too that you visit often, you never want to tell the person that. You never want to tell them, yeah, I usually come around this time every day, like you're giving them way too much information. So I was like, no, I'm just going to different spots and just testing places out. He was like, do you live in the area? Why are you asking that, sir? For what? And I was like, nope. He was like, well, what area do you live in? Why are you asking that? Those types of questions, do not ever answer those types of questions. And respectfully, I don't care if it's a woman or a man asking you those things. I don't answer those questions for nobody if I don't know you like that specifically. And it doesn't mean that you got to be nasty to anybody, but it just means that like you don't give out details to where somebody knows your schedule, to where somebody knows places that you frequent often, to where they are trying to like, even like I've had a stalker before too, and I think that's where it comes from. And it also comes from like my house was vandalized before too and robbed, and like little things like that to me are big, because people that are trying to set you up or follow you home or whatever they are intending to do, not saying that man was, but I wasn't about to try to let it happen either, or open up that door to even allow that type of thing to happen. But yeah, just be smart, ladies. Know what things to answer, what things to pivot from and curve, and what not to answer as well. Okay? Or just lie. Tell that person, nope, this is my first time at the gym and it will be the last. Like, whatever you feel. All right, see ya.
Had some technical difficulties there with my lighting, but we are back. So, but no, that was great information as well. And she just kind of piggybacked on what I said earlier. Like, don't be so concerned with having to be so nice and friendly and warm to everyone. And if they are asking questions that are inappropriate, or they're trying to be or trying to be nosy, like, you don't have to answer any stranger's questions, to be honest. So another great video confirming that as well.
Here's some extremely crucial and life-saving safety tips that nobody is taught. Pay close attention to how somebody reacts when you say no to them. A person's reaction towards a boundary, especially a small one, often reveals far more than words. The word no is an immediate word, and a person who genuinely respects you and is genuinely safe will never carry on after the first no. Pay very close attention to their reaction, especially words coming out of their mouth like, why not? You don't trust me? Come on, don't be boring. Always remember that somebody who cannot respect a small no is unlikely to respect a bigger one. Your body notices danger long before your brain does, even long before your brain can even recognize there is danger. Humans have evolved to be extremely good at detecting threats and signals. Tone changes, facial expressions, body language, inconsistencies with actions, as well as their actions in relation to their words. If you feel uncomfortable but cannot explain why, leave immediately. Treat that as useful information. Do not wait for confirmation at all. Do not stay in that location. Stay safe.
I love that. I love that because it's like sometimes it's the subtle nuances of things. So pay attention. We have to be more in tune with our bodies and what it's telling us, noticing how it's responding and reacting in the presence of people in general. You know, notice how you feel when you're around loved ones. Notice how you feel when you're around a stranger. Notice how you feel when it's a specific person who comes and goes out of your presence. Like, pick up on the cues, you know, because people can lie with their mouths, but body language, it just really doesn't lie, you know, because it's all subconscious. It's something that's not controlled. It's happening without that person controlling it. So that's the real language. That's the real pure language, you know. So I love that video. It's a great reminder. And don't, like he said, don't wait for confirmation on everything. Like, follow your first mind. That's what my grandmother used to say, is follow all the time. Follow your first mind. Like, however your initial reaction or feeling about something, that's the purest one. That's the one before you start doubting yourself or you know, brushing it off or making excuses for it. It's like, go with your first mind. Like, it really is like probably 99.99% infallible, you know, if you just do that. And like he said, don't wait for confirmation, or don't wait to see if it's this or that. Don't wait for more information. That is the information, that is the message that your body is trying to send you, that your spirit is trying to send you. Just go with that, you know. And when God is speaking to us, you know, it's like, go with that first inkling, whatever that may be, you know, to leave, to stay, to get up, to go, whatever. Just follow that. Ask questions later, you know. It'll save you a lot of trouble. And that was our last video, and I hope you walked away with some great tips, feeling more empowered. Like, it's like, oh, you can be like, man, it's a scary place, a scary world we live in. I don't want you to get caught up in that, but you can feel empowered. We got the personal safety items down below, you know, just, and of course, stay prayed up for sure. Like, all of that, all of those things, you know, just to give you a sense of awareness on what's going on, and to safety tips that can help you and that you can pass on to your loved ones. So thank you for watching. Appreciate you as always, and see you next time, the Gorgiss Society.